Good evening and welcome to Sports Federation TV. My name is Alton Davids. I'll be your host. Tonight we've got an exciting lineup. We're chatting to a young man called Cheslin Kolbe. Some of you may or may not know him. We're chatting to the owners of CTC Sport who make cycling and sport apparel. We're chatting to the folk of Frisbee, and we're also showing a bit about the judo champs happening this weekend. But before we get to any of that, let's join and greet Cheslin. How are you, Cheslin?
Hi Elton, I'm good, thanks yourself, man.
I'm
and
good.
Just first of all, thanks to CCTV and to all the sponsors on you guys. It's really appreciated, and I'm keen for this show.
We're honored to have you taking time out of your busy schedule to come and chat to us about who's the man behind the man.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest guy, so there's not a lot to know, but
you've got lots to tell us.
there's some nice stuff I can give out as a personal player and where I come from. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what I can tell you guys and giving some advice to younger guys out there.
Awesome, that's what we want to hear. Chesy, let's start at the beginning. So who is Chesy? Where do you come from? Give us a bit of background. People know very little about you, besides that you blitz vanaf.
Yeah, everybody say I'm quick, but I'm a small guy coming from Kraaifontein in Scottsville, born and bred. And yeah, for me, everything started there, went to some club rugby matches with my dad, just watching him play. And I just thought that this is something that I would want to do at the end of the day, and I think it's inspiration to me. And I just went back home, played some touches with the boys in the road, and I think I learned so much from guys that was average age of 16 to 18. I was like 10 years old playing with him. So I think you learn a lot from guys much more older than you and experienced. But you also have to just set up goals for yourself, what you want to achieve in life.
So you played for a club, if I remember correctly, Hearts and Hands.
Hands and Hearts?
Hands and Hearts, there we go.
I never played there before, but most of my career I've been spending most of my time on the rugby field, putting in hard work if you want to progress as a rugby player. So yeah, most of my time was spent on Hands and Hearts and yeah, with my dad.
And then how did you, what happened after that? Did you play school rugby, club rugby after that? What happened?
Yeah, I've been playing rugby since 2001, since under 6.
Sure.
I've got the love for the game, and my first time that I've played provincial rugby was in 2009 when I made the Grand Coma team for Western Province. And since 2009, everything just went upwards for me, and all honor goes to God for blessing me with the opportunities. And yeah, as I said, hard work pays off at the end of the day, but you just have to keep on pushing.
So after 2009, you went to where? What was the next milestone for you?
I played 2009, as I said, Grand Como SA High Performance in 2009. 2010, I played my first week of Craven Week. 2011, I played Craven Week, and then I went to Junior Commonwealth Games. 2012, I made my 7th debut with under coach Paul True, and after that I played under 19 Currie Cup season. 2013.
Let's stop there because we're going to explore some of this. Tell, what was it like going to the Commonwealth, the Junior Commonwealth Games? Because that must have been something else for you.
I was so exciting. It was my first time going overseas, and just being part of South Africa, part of the setup, it was an experience, and it's an honor just to represent your country at the end of the day. But I've made so much friends within my rugby career, especially going to England, Isle of Man. I've learned so much guys. I played with Jan Serfontein, Sean Robertson, Justin Verdult. So a lot of guys I can mention. And we all just gelled as a team, and we just, since 2011, we made good friends over the past years, and we're still friends up until now.
I mean, that was a formidable team. I mean, if I remember correctly, you guys won the championship, or did you come runners-up, I think it was?
We came runners-up. We ended up second in the competition. Yeah, we fell short to Australia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
What was that feeling like getting that medal on? I mean, it was a team medal, but what was that feeling like of achieving that goal?
Just as I said, as a youngster at that age, you just want to represent your country, and it's an honor. But receiving a silver medal is not as good as a gold, but you achieve something what you have worked for. But you always have strives that you want to work towards. And yeah, we just wanted to keep our country proud and yeah, the result didn't come our way, but we will still keep on pushing.
Absolutely. And then after that, after Commonwealth,
After Commonwealth 2012, 2011, 2012, I played my first sevens debut, which was in Twickenham under Coach Paul Turu, and yeah, I had a phenomenal season with the sevens guys. I've learned so much about the rugby, especially, and mental toughness at the end of the day. Because if you're not mental tough, you'll never be able to make it as a rugby player. And in sevens, there's lots of ways you're going to learn toughness and individual, like defense, attacking rugby. So now sevens was a good stepping stone for me as a player. And yeah, I would give advice to all youngsters: if you get the opportunity to play sevens, make the most out of it.
what was the switch between sevens and 15s?
I always had the love for 15 aside as well. But as I said, I use sevens as my stepping stone. But I've learned so much within sevens, and making the move over to 15s, I could adapt as quick as I adapt to sevens. Because the stuff that I've learned in the sevens, I could use on the park in 15s as well. It made me a much better person in vision-wise, looking for space, one-on-one tackles. So it helped me quite a lot, yeah.
Having said all of that, who taught you these things, and who did you look up to?
Yeah, as I said, as a small boy, I always went to club rugby matches with my dad, and I've always looked up to him just for the style that he's playing. Was also attacking brand of rugby, so I've looked up to him, and I'll never forget some words that he told me. If you want to achieve things, you have to be tough as nails, and you have to put in the hard work, because hard work pays off at the end of the day. And advice to youngsters, that's the best that I can give to you, and you just have to respect each and every little opportunity you get.
So your dad was your hero, and he's helped you all through your career.
He's been
To now still?
He's been there since I was 1 month up until I'm 21 now. So he's been there throughout my rugby career, not just rugby but personal life as well. So I have a lot of respect to my parents for being with me, because life was tough as well. But the toughness also helps at the end of the day, because you know what you've been through and you know what you want to achieve at the end of the day.
Absolutely. One of the accolades that was bestowed on you was the Junior Sportsperson of the Year award from Western Province Sport Council. How did that feel? I mean, winning that out of all 73 codes of sport.
Yeah, there's lots of young guys out in the Western Cape representing different kinds of sports codes, and for me, just getting the accolade at the night, being the young sports player of the year, it's something that I can look back through all the work that I've put in, and just knowing that at the end of the day it paid off. So it's been a great honor just to get the award. Yeah.
Absolutely. And now that you're playing Currie Cup, Stormers, what's that vibe like? What's it like? Because that's what people want to know. You know, let's start with the Currie Cup. What's it like playing Currie Cup rugby?
Currie Cup is a competition that's been here for more than 125 years, maybe more, and it's a competition that I used to go watch when I was a small boy still. It's a lot of fun, it's hard work, it's dedication, it's respect going along with your teammates and fellow other teams. But at the end of the day, it's what you want to make out of each and every competition, what goal you have for yourself and as a team. But you have to gel within a certain amount of months to compete in the Currie Cup. But for me, I used the Currie Cup just also as a stepping stone, because it's my first time playing senior rugby in 2013, and I've learned so much from a guy as Gio Aplon, because he's been there as a guy that I've sort of been looking up to, that's giving me some tips how to go into the first game, what to do, how to stay calm, and how to treat social media, because at that certain stage of your career, a lot of people are expecting stuff from you, but you just have to be yourself and just look back what brought you to the Currie Cup and how you got there.
And the first training session, the first game, did people accept you? Did they say like, who's this new kid on the block? Did you feel part of the team, or is it the them and us kind of?
Yeah, I think that's a lovely thing of Western Province and the Stormers. Wherever you come from, you feel welcome. There's not about senior guys being one side, juniors being one side. Everybody comes along. We have different cultures within our team, so we have respect to each other, and yeah, we all come from different environments at the end of the day. But that's a nice part. You also get to know each other from where you come from. But the rugby-wise, it's a lovely place to be at. The brand of rugby playing is running rugby, attacking. So for me, I'm enjoying Western Province and Cape Town very, very much.
And the guys in the team, do you gel with certain guys? Do you, I mean, take us through a training session where you'd spend more time with anybody in particular, or you just hang out with everybody?
My first season with the Currie Cup, I mostly hanged out with Gio, because my first season coming into senior rugby, and I wanted to get as much information and tips that I could get. And I spent so much time with Gio, just asking him, listen, what's it gonna take from me as a player to achieve what I want to achieve, and what goals must I set out to myself? And the simple thing he told me is just be yourself, because at the end of the day, if you're not gonna be yourself, you're not gonna enjoy what you're doing. And that stood out to me because he's been in rugby for more than 10 years, and he's playing great rugby as well. So yeah, that's one personal aspect of my rugby career in seniors. But there's lots of guys that I come along with. I can communicate with anyone, and yeah, I can crack a joke now and then, but not the best. So,
Yeah. What's your fondest memory of Currie Cup?
Fondest memory of Currie Cup, I think the one against the Lions back in Ellisburg, when I scored a 60-meter try. Yeah. I think that's one of my highlights as well in my rugby career.
And lifting that Currie Cup, what was that like?
Yes. There's guys like Skalkberger, John de Villiers, has been playing for 14 years, never won a Currie Cup before. Always been unlucky with an injury now and then. Coming in as a youngster, 20, 21 years old, winning a Currie Cup. I can't explain the feeling, but there's so much joy, because you know all the hard work you've put through within the season. It paid off. And winning a Currie Cup at the age of 21, I didn't expect it to come so soon. But you just have to take things as it comes and just to adapt to certain situations. But yeah, for me it was phenomenal.
Sure, that's just something else. The trophy is not small or light either. Eh?
It's not smaller, like, it's almost bigger than me.
Let's talk a bit about the Stormers. What's it like playing at the highest level in South Africa? A Currie Cup is high as it is, but now you've got to step up to Stormers. What's that like?
Yeah, it's a step up you have to make with the mindset, attitude-wise, and just mental. I think Super Rugby, you're playing against international players. It's a different stage as Currie Cup. You're just playing within the teams in South Africa. You're playing against Australia teams, New Zealand teams. Yeah, so you're competing with the best at the end of the day.
We can explore that a bit. We'll take an ad break and we'll be back with Cheslin Kolbe. See you now. This is Sports Federation TV. We're chatting to a young man called Cheslin Kolbe. Many of you will know the name. Many of you will even know the face. And many of you will even know him when he runs. Cheslin, we started exploring what's it like playing for the Stormers. Tell us what it's like to travel to New Zealand. I mean, I think it's a holiday.
Yeah, I wish it was a holiday, but there's nothing mentioned as a holiday within rugby, especially in Super Rugby. There's nothing called as a holiday, but for me as a player, it was my first trip overseas with the Stormers, so it was quite exciting for me, and I didn't expect some so-called delays for me. And yeah, traveling to New Zealand, you have to adapt because it's a 24-hour flight that you have to take from South Africa to New Zealand. So jet lag at the end of the day catch you so bad that you just have to take a step back, just get some sleep into your routine, get some dehydration, get some waters into your system to recap again. Yeah, it's a lot of traveling. It's not easy at the end, but you just have to adapt at the end of the day. Yeah.
And when you get to the hotel, do you guys start training the next day, same day? How does it work? Give us a typical example of what it's like to travel.
Yeah, we'll leave the Saturday afternoon, we'll get there the Monday, and we'll just have like a mini flush out, we'll call it, like go to the gym, just have a cardio session, go swim, And then the next day you also have like a gym session, also like a flush out to just to adapt to their altitude as well. And then the rest of the day you just have to relax a bit. And then the Wednesday you'll probably have your first training session. The morning a gym and then training the afternoon again. So I think yeah, it's not a holiday. Although you're going overseas, you're seeing some different countries, different cultures, but there's still work to be done at the end of the day.
What's the toughest place to play at?
For me personally, a place that I've had some nightmares was Westpac Stadium in Wellington. Played the sevens before, I'm playing Super Rugby there now. It's just a different environment. You have an open stadium right around you. You just have to embrace a moment and just play within situations with especially windy, rainy weather. So you can expect anything at the end of the day, sunny, rainy, whatever comes away. Yeah.
And the crowds, what's the crowds like? I mean, a lot of the time they're anti-South African teams.
Yeah.
How do you guys manage that kind of dynamic?
Surprisingly, there's a lot of South Africans in New Zealand, especially Wellington. So I think it's basically like you're going to Pretoria at the end of the day, which is not that much supporters. You must have Blue Bull guys with you, but there's different environments where you're going, like especially traveling internationally. You have a lot of New Zealand guys supporting their franchise, and there's a few South Africans supporting you. But that's part of a professional rugby player. You have to keep yourself focused. You have to be in the mindset of, listen, I'm not going to be extracted from ordinary things around me, and just focused on what you have to do and your job at the end of the day.
And that's interesting because you get there and a lot of people are awestruck by these huge crowds and the moment as opposed to just focusing on the goal at hand.
Yeah. For me, as a player personally, I focus on what I have to do at the end of the day. Because if I'm not going to do that, I'm going to disappoint myself, I'm going to disappoint my teammates. Because you're worrying about things outside of your professional setup. So, yeah, going to a rugby match, there's 40,000 people watching you, but I'm not taking note of them. Although you have a moment that you probably just went through a gap or something. Yeah, sometimes you hear the crowd, but you mustn't get distracted from that. You must play within the structure, within your team, and what is expected of you as a player.
What does that feel like though, when you hear the crowd cheering?
Yeah, my first Currie Cup we played out derby against the Bulls at Newland, so played in front of a crowd of 45,000. I stood like for 20 minutes, I stood on the field like just embracing this moment.
Yeah.
Because I've never played in a crowd of 45,000. Yeah, I stood there for 20 minutes and just thinking, yes, is this really what's happening today? And then I can remember Coach Robbie Fleck came to me and just told me, this is it. You have to embrace this. This is going to happen in your rugby career. You just have to stay focused and just believe in yourself. Yeah. And you have guys, senior guys around you that will always carry you.
And I think that's what carried you through all through your career is the fact that you stay grounded, that you stay focused on being the best Cheslin.
Yeah, to me you just have to be yourself and just knowing where you come from. That will help you a lot because there's lots of talent out there. Anything can happen at the end of the day. Just one little injury, next guy comes in, you have to work hard again. Yeah. But that's part of rugby. You lucky, unlucky now and then. But you just have to do your best at the end of the day, because if you don't give your best, you're not going to enjoy what you're doing.
Absolutely. Tell us a bit of inside information. Who's the funniest oak on the team?
Yes.
Or the oak who makes the most jokes?
There's a guy, I can give you two guys, Joan de Jong and Alistair Vermaak. Yeah, I don't know where they get the jokes from, but now and then it will be good ones, now and then it will be some lame jokes. But they always get you laughing on a Monday, coming back to training, starting your week off good. So those two guys will always give you some highlights of past memories, jokes that they've learned since they were small as well.
Tell us one of the funny moments that's happened to you on tour, or one of the funny things that's happened in the change room that you can think of.
Oh, one of the funny things.
Guy hide your clothes or your kid.
Yeah, just before I actually had to go onto the park, I was looking for my mouth guard, and I was looking probably like for 5 minutes. I asked our conditioning coach Stefan, listen, didn't you perhaps see my mouth guard, man? Because I can't find it, and I have to literally go on the field now in the next 20 seconds. And he said, no, I can't. And he told me, okay, relax, you can walk out. I'll make sure I'll have it as soon as you cross the line. I'll bring you your mouth guard. And probably a minute after that, as I just went onto the field, Stefan threw me the mouth guard, and we had a water break within the game. I asked him, listen, where do you get the mouth guard? And in New Zealand, we had like a personal locker that opens up, and it fell right down under the locker, and I was like, no ways. But that was one of my funny ones.
And how do you know that it's your mouth guard? Is your name on there?
No,
Does everybody have their names on there?
yeah, you have your name on your mouth guard, inside like your initials or something.
Okay.
So no, I knew which one
So
was
you're not
mine.
gonna put
A
Scout's
stranger.
mouth guard
No,
in
no,
your
no,
mouth.
no, I'm not gonna put the strangers or someone else, because that's what they've been. It's basically a fitted mouth guard.
Okay.
So now each one has his individual mouth guard.
And the same with the pads? Are they individually fitted, or how does? Because I mean, I don't know how you survive being knocked so many times in one game.
Yeah, I'm the one that has to be padded up because I get some huge knocks during a game. But there's some guys that play without shoulder pads. Yeah, but for me, I rather protect myself where I can, and just know that I have something in my mind that I can go full out.
How does it feel the next morning? I mean, you play a big match against the Hurricanes as an example, and you come off, and the next day, aren't you stiff and sore? I mean, I'd never be able to do that. I don't know how you managed to do that.
Yeah, I think that's one thing of a professional rugby player or any rugby setup. The next day you're going to be stiff because there's going to be bumps and bruises within your rugby match. So you just have to take care of yourself the next day, what you have to do to recover 100%.
Give us an example.
For me personally, on a Sunday, I'd rather go swim or just have like a 10-20 minute cycle, and then the rest of the day just be at home or chill with some friends.
Or go walk in the shopping mall with your girlfriend.
Yeah, that I'll do on my off time.
Tell us a bit about some of the things that's off the field, that's out of the limelight. What do you do other than be a rugby star, superstar?
Yeah, I'm a very passionate guy. I love cars as well, and I love spending quality time with my friends or my girlfriend. So I'll do the most that I can in my off time, but I'll never forget to at least have a decent gym session or a running session within the week. Yeah, so I'm a very passionate guy. I love cars. I can talk about cars all day if you want to, but yeah, spending quality time with friends, family, that's all I can ask for.
And that's the core of what makes Cheslin Kolbe tick.
That's the core that makes me tick, and that's what I want around me, just to uplift me and just having people that has a positive feedback into my life. Yeah.
And in terms of gym and nutrition, all of those things, do you have a personal person who assists you, like a personal trainer, personal dietitian, or is it part of the Stormers setup?
Yeah, I think Stefan is a very good guy at the Stormers. He will tell you what to do, what not to do, because he's been in this system for more than also 10 years. So I think I get a lot of advice from Stefan. For me personally as a player, what I can achieve and where I want to be at the end of the day. So yeah, he'll give me some tips what to do during my off time, during in season, during off season. So yeah, I give a lot of credit to Stefan, and he's been looking after us, not just me as a player, but the whole union basically. Yeah.
And now that you've on a break between Super Rugby and Currie Cup, what's next? What's the plan now?
Yeah, we have a break now after the Super Rugby competition. We were off for 2 weeks. So 2 weeks off, start of Currie Cup pre-season. Just have to go back, start all over again. Yeah, there's new guys coming within the system into the Currie Cup squad. So it's going to be quite exciting, and looking forward to the competition and just progressing since day one. Yeah.
What's it like in a typical day of a professional rugby player? Take us through a day.
Yeah,
You're back in full training?
Everybody thinks it's a nice job, but it's basically the same hours you're working as a normal businessman or any other worker. So you're starting 8 till 3. You'll have your gym in the morning. You have strapping after that. You have a team meeting. Then you have your morning field session. Then you have lunch after that, and then you have your last afternoon session. And then your day is particularly made. Yeah.
And then you go home to family.
Yeah, I go home to family. I'm still living with my parents. Most guys are on their own. So I still go home to family and just, yeah, catch up with my mom and dad when they get home.
And what do they say about the achievements that you've achieved? I mean, starting playing rugby at a young age, coming through the ranks to where you are now.
Now they very proud of me and they will always tell me, listen, just keep on pushing because you know where you come from and you know what you want to achieve at the end of the day. But what I can tell from my parents' perspective is always discipline, respect, and treat other guys around you as you want to be treated at the end. Yeah.
Absolutely. In closing, Cheslin, how would you motivate someone to be the best that they can be? I mean, you've not reached the pinnacle of your career. There's still another 10 years, I'd say, easy.
Yeah.
Injury with taking injuries into account, that you could still play top flight rugby. How do you plan to keep it going, and where do you go from there?
I think that's the nightmare of rugby. There's injuries going to come alongside. But any advice, tips that I can give to a youngster starting his professional rugby careers, you have to know what you like, what you're enjoying, where you want to go, what goals you set out to yourself, who's your particular friends you're going to have, because friends play a good role in your particular aspect, what do you want to achieve in your career. So I think you must be in an environment with people that can lift you up, not bring you down all the time. Yeah, and just put in the hard yards. That's all I can say. Train better than the next guy, and at the end of the day, something will come your way. And there's always guys out there looking at you. You'll never know, but you must just always do your best there.
And that the fact that there's someone who could be better than you, but you need to push the boundaries all the time, like you do.
Yeah, there's lots of talent in South Africa. There's always a next guy that's coming up, also basically the same position that you're playing. So any slip up from you as a player, the next guy gets his opportunity. And you just have to keep on working, keep on waiting for the opportunity. And if the opportunity comes at the end of the day, you have to make the most out of it.
Absolutely, grab it with both hands.
Yeah, I have to.
And be someone like you, grounded, focused on being the best that you can be.
Yeah.
Cheslin, thank you for your time.
So thank you very much, Elton. Really appreciate it, man.
We look forward to seeing you blaze the trail on the Currie Cup
Nah,
going forward.
I also can't wait. I'm really excited and just to be with the boys again. Yeah, I can't wait.
Awesome, thank you.
So thank you very much.
Let's take an ad break. We'll be right back.